noise.
Be so serious, take a minute and chew it. It's worth your time. I say what's on my mind. I just wanna make a change in your life. Take my hands with mine too. We can reveal the truth. Conversation with Dr. Creative.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm excited to have this wonderful conversation with someone who I completely been watching for a very, very, very long time. Talent is off the wall. Y'all know that we are here just to talk to people who we may not be able to get a deep in-depth conversation with over like post or over other interviews that may not really let us get to know the artist. But today we are here to get to know the artist, to get to know some of the things that drive the artist, to just have a regular conversation as two friends would do. So I'm excited to announce that we are interviewing Jayye Michael today. And I want to give a great little introduction as I believe that everybody deserves their flowers. He is super talented. I'm happy to be even in his presence. So just bear with me. We're going to do a quick little introduction before we bring him on the stage and you get to see all his beautiful chocolate is. So here we go. So hailing from Virginia, Jay is making serious waves with a voice that is as smooth as it is powerful, and a sound that bridges the golden era of R&B, the 90s, with the boldness of today's music. His debut single, Never Be, dropped 2022 and instantly caught the ears as a nostalgic vibe, polished vocals, and undeniable emotional depth. Jay is just getting started, and he is not just a singer. He's a storyteller. His music carries an old school soul with a fresh twist, and that unique blend has quickly earned him recognition as one to watch. His performance at events like Portsmouth Pride Fest, where his stage presence and vocal delivery proved he's not just a studio artist, he's a performer through and through. And while he does come from a musical family, Jay is building his own name and doing it on his own terms. His duets, his original tracks, his visual, all those things as an artist, it comes together and his power and his creativity. And it really just shows that he is staying true to his sound. Whether you're just discovering him or already a fan, get ready into diving deeper into the world of the rising star who is just getting started, the one and the only. Hi, friend.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing so good, man. I'm just so happy to be here with you. I'm a fan. I love to listen to your music. I'm always watching your treatments on your TikTok. I always share them. I believe that you are one of them artists who I just hope makes it so big to the point where people level up their skills. How about
Very flattering.
okay. So listen, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Feeling blessed and highly favored.
Yeah. How's
Yeah.
life? How's everything going?
Life is good. Life is good. Working on some new music, with hopes of putting out an EP later this year. So really been in the lab trying to get the stuff together, working on visuals, just trying to make sure I'm coming correct.
One thing you always have is visuals, and one thing I'm always seeing that you're always in the freaking studio. I'm sure you have enough to put out an EP. What the hell is going on?
Perfection.
Uh-huh.
Perfection. I was just talking about this on my YouTube channel. I'm a very conceptual artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been writing the songs that I'm about to put out later this year have actually um been in the works since like 2022. I've just been crafting everything and just making sure that the story is told right. Um, yeah. The project's gonna be called the Heartbreak Files. I haven't really said that publicly, but I
Okay.
wanted to make sure that I've been through a lot, so it needed to be captured and
Hmm.
told the right way.
So it's been 3 years,
Yeah,
and we're gonna finally get something towards it towards the put the shares out.
yeah.
Okay.
I have like a date in mind that I'm looking at.
Okay.
Everything is in the works. It's just I got to make sure everything is correct.
Okay. So now your music, are you a person who writes your music? Are you a person who loves to collaborate? How does that work out with you? Because no shade, but you're a little bit younger and you're talking about Heartbreak Files. I'm like, at your age, baby, what did you really go through? But tell us why we should, be here with you during your journey. Because I'm like, this baby just, when he get a little bit older, he gonna really fall in love. But I don't know. I think I was in love at 18, child, but I don't know. But I know you're way older than that. But I'm saying, like, tell me.
Well, when you think about heartbreak, there's different kinds of heartbreak. You know, like for instance, my parents divorced when I was 14, so that's
Right.
heartbreak in its own. You
Right.
know, me and my father fell out and didn't talk for 3 years. That's a heartbreak on its own. You
Absolutely.
know, I actually just got out of a relationship. That's also an actual heartbreak.
How long did that last?
We were off and on for about 3 years.
Oh no, that's a real heartbreak. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
so
Hmm.
the project it's fairly short because I actually have something in the works for next year. But it's fairly short, but within those tracks you get the different forms of heartbreak. So whether it's with a friend or
Hmm.
with a family member, with a
Hmm.
romantic partner,
Hmm.
there's different aspects to it. When it comes to writing, I really like to write everything myself. I'm not someone who typically likes to collaborate, but I will. I have to really be at like a mental block to not be able to just say, oh my gosh, I'm I'm completely like for my latest single, on to the next one.
Yep, which is
Sat on
good.
I sat on that song for a good year. I recorded that shortly before I went on tour last year,
Hmm.
and I had everything written except for the bridge. I had no idea what to put for the bridge. So I hit up a friend and I was like, I need your help.
Hmm.
I'll give you your credits, but I need your help. So it's on a need to work basis. I'm never gonna be like, I have a beat, let's collaborate. I'm not that type of person.
Okay. Okay. So you're doing all your vocal arranging too. So you're in there on your your ins and
Oh yeah.
outs,
All of
all
that.
your stack ins.
Uh-huh.
Now,
That's
are you a three dub guy or a one dub guy or two dub guy, like on your background?
so what I record or and I stack different versus like if I'm doing it at home versus
Right.
whether or not I'm doing it at the studio. So at the
Hmm.
studio, I'll do one layer and then I'll stack it about 3 times. But at home, I like to stack about 6 times.
Oh, you thinking Michael Jackson? Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right. Right.
You can clearly see
Right. You're in here
me.
getting
So
your brandy on. Okay.
yes, I love stacks. I get a thrill out of it. And for me, it's not a song if I don't stack.
I know that's right.
It don't sound right to me. It
It don't
sounds
sound right. Like there's
mm-mm.
some songs out there that have the choruses are just basically unison the entire time. I'm like, baby, I would vocal direct this song and get some good power behind that, some
Yeah,
tension, some
yeah.
good. So when you went to school for the time that you went to school, what was your major? No shade.
I majored in biological sciences. I was on track to become a dentist. I actually, I graduated high school with certification, so technically I'm a dental assistant. I'm an entry level dental assistant, so I work here and there. But I was on a path to become a dentist, and I quickly realized that it won't it.
You got way too much talent. No shade. It's good, to have that good educational background. You got
Absolutely.
accepted, but your talent is out the world. You just
Oh yeah,
get
yeah.
somebody, hospital office.
Thank you.
So, who was your influences growing up? Like, who was your vocal influences?
Uh, well, of course, my mother. That's
Oh,
like
who's your mom?
Coco from SWV.
I think I know that group. Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
yeah, mhm, yeah. Mhm.
Her just hearing her sing around the house, like I've grown up, I thought that was normal. I thought everybody's mom just
Can
sung around the
can do it like
house.
that. Right, right,
I
right.
thought that was normal. But her, uh, Michael Jackson for sure. I used to watch a lot of his concerts when I was younger.
Mhm.
Um, Beyonce, Brandy.
Yeah.
More of my like later teen years, like Aaron Hall.
Okay.
um, gosh, that's it. Oh no, and Bobby Brown.
Give him some flowers. That boy, his stage performance, and I know that's where you're coming from. His stage performance is
hmm
A1. A lot
Yes,
of men can't touch his performance. Like high
yes, he's out of this
energy,
world.
out of this world, and he's also a good guy.
hmm
So yeah, absolutely. So, but if you were not doing music, what would you be doing? Like outside of the dentist thing, like what would be like the other thing you run to?
Um,
Like secret talents that you got? Are y'all here doing makeup? Are y'all here doing hair, nails? First of all, what's your nails looking like? Because you usually have
no, there.
what?
I took a break. I haven't
You
had
had my ass do my nails for the bag, and you ain't got no nails on.
I haven't had my nails done in like 6 months. I had to take a break. My
Was
nails
it
were like
was
too
it
big.
getting thin?
Yeah, yeah.
Was you
So
using
there.
was you using like shellac or like was you using
So
like
like I started out. I grew my nails out. I had acrylics for a minute, and I went from
it was
acrylic.
work?
Yeah, I had acrylics, and then I cut them down because I started
Mhm.
working, and I just had gel.
Okay.
I was wearing nails since I graduated high school in 2021. So I just
Mhm.
nonstop.
Nothing's there, just bending, just bending.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything I did, they just were bending. I was like, no, I can't do this.
hmm
Let me get them strengthened up. So
Mm. So I'm sorry I had to ask the question because I'm a nail guy. I love nails. My sister is a nail tech. So
hmm
she taught me different techniques to do my nails so that it doesn't get damaged. So sometimes I may change the color, but I'll just like take the top off and add more over it. So underneath this is something else I did before to
okay,
keep
that
my
makes sense.
nails
That's
healthy,
smart.
you know?
That's smart. No, I don't have any like hidden talents though. I mean, I was in piano lessons for a while. But I stopped. I wish I continued
Did it
them.
work?
I mean, I was already kind of naturally gifted. I kind of can pick up and learn and teach myself how to play. But as far as like the technical stuff, like I don't remember how to read the music. I don't remember any of that stuff, but I do still know a little song. I can cut hair.
Okay. So it means you don't go get your hair cut. You do your own.
Yeah, I do my own hair. I haven't been to a barbershop since like
Me,
before COVID.
me either.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
prefer it that way. I don't like barbershops.
Because you can't blame somebody else when they mess up your freaking hair anyway. So I rather
Yeah.
just
I'd
myself
rather me mess it up.
right and have a little die if I mess up my lineup. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
hello, because I have a bad temper. I'll be in there like I'm not paying for this. But
yeah.
anyway,
Uh-huh.
so I know more than anybody, but I also know that you have to know like the music industry presents a lot of different challenges and a lot of different things that you may have to compromise. A lot of different things you may have to just be like, hell no. Has there been times in your career where you're just like, you know what? I don't want to have to feel pressured to do this or to be this way. I know that you're kind of like blessed to have someone who's over your career who knows the in and outs, but have you ever been um, in predicaments where you just had to be like, I'm not falling for this pressure?
Yes, me and my mom actually we were butting heads for a minute over how to just present myself, right?
Mm,
She is she's more well versed with how the music industry was in the 90s, right?
absolutely.
And she always says, I'm still learning so much because it's so different nowadays, right? So how we work is she brings what she knows and I bring what I know from this new age and we kind of come together. And for a while it was you're just too out there, right? You're
So
doing a
out there, like, what does that mean? Can you let
you're
me know what that means?
too hey, how you doing, girl?
Too flamboyant, honey. Okay,
Yes.
good.
And at first I was like, okay, I can see it. I understand it, So I was like, all right, I'll try. My version, I'll try.
Mhm.
Um And I was like, no, I'm not doing that no more. Like it wasn't authentic and it took for someone else who is actually in the music industry he's a producer, but it took for him to be like, hey, that's not actually the right approach. It's a different time of day, so we're on the same page now. I kind of do what I do and it is what it is. But that was definitely like one of the only times really where it was like, pushback. It's like I kind of knew what direction.
Now, was she afraid of you being pushed into like the gay artist category? Which is she wanting you to at least have like that opportunity to be seen from everybody rather than having a stereotype over you? Because I'm coming from a manager point of view, right? And I
Yeah.
know I had to go through this with one of my artists, and I had to just put my hands up and be like, you know what? He don't even look right trying to present himself to the mass audience. He is who he is. And I've learned when I let go, oh, he was able to let go. You get what I'm saying? But do you think that was some of her concern? Because some people do get caught up in the.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of like the motherly thing, just wanting to protect you, and then the manager standpoint as well. Because I can say like when I first came out, I was definitely a little more far left. Like I was definitely more like, "Hey, girl,
Yeah.
I've toned down a lot."
Yeah.
So like it's just like the mature, just you get older. I feel like all the gays go through that phase. But it was definitely I could see the manager standpoint, but I've taken a little bit more control over my career, especially since getting off of tour last year. Being able to, I was really over everything when it came to like just being a businessman. I had dancers, so I had to make sure they were good. I was my own stylist, my own choreographer. I had to, make this the schedule for my dancers. This is what time rehearsal is. This, that, and the fourth. So I think that this because last year was around the time when we really were having this headbutt thing. So now, I learned and I'm like, I took what she was saying and what the producer was saying, and I'm kind of using both to my advantage. Like it's okay to, give sis the girl, but it's also okay to show the versatility. I don't want to be known as just a gay artist.
And I don't think that you will.
Like and I appreciate that. That's not something I when I first started music, I was like, that's not something that I want to have that label. Like I want to be, and this is no shade, but like Saucy or Lil Nas, I think of them as gay artists. When I think of artists, I think of a gay artist, Lil Nas X, Saucy Santana, Kid King. It's they have a certain way that they present themselves, whether it's a gimmick or how they dress. And I when I was very careful. I'm very careful with how I present myself and how I go through my eras, and I delete things here and there because it's just a certain way that I want to be presented. I want to be respected, and I think that we just got to call it a spade for a spade because I really don't think it's gonna change. Gay people have gained a lot of respect, but I don't think we get the amount of respect that other people get in the industry. If that, and I feel like you just gotta call it spade for spade. I'm looking at it for what it is. I'm not sugarcoating it. I think when I first started, I didn't want to be like this. I didn't want to I guess what's the word? I didn't want to compromise. if you say I didn't want to compromise.
Compromise in what way? Like just who you are, or like to be like everybody else?
There's again, I'm very calculated with what I do. And I feel like when I first started, I wasn't as calculated. I was a bit more free. But I think that when you want to reach a certain level of success, that there is a bit of compromise you have to make. And then once you get to that level of success, okay, sure, you can go ahead and do that. Do your thing. Beyonce is a perfect example.
Oh yeah. Solange is actually the real example of how you do it.
Yes.
I was telling my friend, like, I get it, but think of somebody like Solange, who is one of the most creative people that I've ever seen in my life, right? She went from like just brilliant to like deep model-esque, like, artistic silhouettes. Like she really started to show her creativity, her talent, that how different her voice is and what you can do with it. But she had to compromise a little bit.
Yes.
We can see who the hell she was and how she was different from anybody else. And so, absolutely, I get what you're saying.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I've learned a lot, and I'm just trying to implement all the stuff that I learned now. So when it is time for me to put it the gear in full shift and full
Uh-huh.
throttle, I could just go.
Well, I'm excited to see that happen. I think that um, you are definitely in the phase where people are able to receive your talent. I think we're in like a hungry place in music. I think you'll be able, because of your connections, you're going to definitely get people who are around my age who are just looking and rooting for you because we want to see real talent. And I'm going to keep on saying that. And then you're going to have other people who are very happy for for you being so brave and just happy for, being as creative as you are, because you be booty popping and dropping when you be singing. You know what I'm saying? But that's a skill, right? It's a skill that people are not. First of all, a lot of male R&B singers are not even really dancing no more. They're just wearing dreadlocks and moving around stage with leather pants and a shirt off.
Unfortunately.
Like, unfortunately, that's what we have to deal with nowadays. But then there was a time where, music was real. You had to be able to dance, sing, act, which I want to know if you have any of that coming up. I'll ask you later. And, you had to have personality, be able to interview. You had to have media training. All those things matter because those are the things that kept you forever. So I think that in the direction and the mindset you have, man, it's going to be great. So do you have any acting coming up? Like, what's going on? Because you have a big personality and you're great on camera. So do you have any of that coming up? Have you thought about it? Or you're just like, let me just get this music out first?
I've thought about it, but that's more so something that I'd rather dive into later on.
Mm.
Right now, I'm really just focused on the music, and I also dabble in modeling. So that's kind of something else that I'm working on.
Ooh, what's a brand that you want to be with? Like, I can see
Always,
you want to see who.
I've always wanted to walk for Gucci and Prada.
Okay.
Those are like my two. I've been saying Gucci since
Say
I
it
was
again.
10 years old. But those are like my top two. But right now, like music is like where my heart is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really, really, really trying to push for. I think that there's just, and I felt like this for years, even before I really delve deep into the music thing. There's just something missing, and I've been looking for it, and I've been searching for it, and I know I'm not the only person who feels this way. And just it's just something that's missing in the music industry. Beyonce's not gonna be here forever, okay? And I can't find it, so it's like since I can't find it, let me try to be it.
And you're working and you're doing it. And I think that I am just, yeah, I can go on about how much talent you got. Is there any people that you want to work with or you want to have some features with? Or can you share with if you have any features on your upcoming project? All those questions in one. Okay.
Okay, so no features on this upcoming project. Since this is gonna be like my first project, no
It's
features.
all about you.
All
Mhm.
about me.
Got it. Mhm.
We still in
I did this. I did the words. I did it.
yes,
This is my
yes,
project.
it's mine.
Forget
But
y'all. I don't need you. Right, go ahead.
yeah, no features. But what I want to work with, there's a few people who I want to work with vocally and
Okay.
like writing as well. I would love to write for Flow. Okay. I just,
Ooh, they're good.
yeah, they came to Virginia and I got a chance to hang out with them. And they're just so fun. They're such cool girls. They threw me off the British accents though, because I forgot that they were from
British.
overseas.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, "Hey there," and I was like, "Oh shoot, hey girl." But I would love to write for them. I would like to work with this another overseas artist. Her name is Bree Runway. She's a rapper.
Okay.
Um, who else? I'm gonna be real with you. There's not a lot of artists who I go, oh, I would like to work with them.
Hmm, okay.
You, and that's no shade, but again, these days, it's kind of hit or miss for me.
But
And
okay, so who's hitting for you at this moment in America that we that we listen to? I'm not throwing shade. We're just giving people that you want to
um,
get some acknowledgement to.
Beyonce.
Everybody likes Beyonce. Can we move from? I ain't heard that one more time. Like, If you don't look like your mother right now, it's aggravating.
And this is not me being shady. This is just me. I don't listen to a lot of music that comes out today.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of old school. Now I will say like I like, like JT, of course, Nicki. I think those are like, your typical rappers. Josh Levi is cool.
Who?
Josh Levi.
Oh, Josh Levi. I thought you said Jocelyn. I'm like,
No, not Jocelyn.
let's just stop this damn.
Josh Levi is cool. He's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Dustin Conrad, he can sing. I haven't had a chance to really get into his discography like that, but he has a beautiful voice.
Yep.
And I just recently, I've been seeing her all over TikTok and Twitter. Jay Stevens. I don't know if you've heard of her.
No, I want to look her up.
She was an opener for Flow.
Okay,
That's actually how I know her. So she gives. I like her.
Okay, so I love you. Are you into like any collecting anything? Like, are you a collector?
Vinyls.
Vinyls. Okay.
I have like a whole vinyl wall right here to the right.
Okay. Okay.
I love them.
Why?
I don't know. I think I feel like, first of all, a vinyl pressing just sounds better to me than a streaming, right? Yeah. If I didn't realize how different the streaming versions are from the original pressings until I started listening to the original pressings. I was like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? So, and it makes me feel like I'm in a day before streaming. I say this all the time. Like, if I had a chance to like go back in the day and just live life, I would choose like 80s, 90s. There was no streaming, no phones, no technology for real. And I would even choose to, start a music career back then, because you really have to. I like to work.
You work hard.
Yeah, and I like to work. I like to grind. Like, I like to get down and dirty. Like,
Would you have been in the boy band?
Have I ever?
So would you have been in the boy band?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a little selfish.
It's giving only child, okay?
Yeah, I'm a little selfish. So I like the spotlight on me.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. I don't know. You know what? Scratch that. I'll be the lead. I'll be lead singer.
I can see that.
Yes, I that's the only way I could do it. I don't know if I could play second fiddle with anybody else. But yeah, I just love vinyls. They make me feel like I'm sitting in my room in the 90s just chilling. I rarely listen to music on streaming if I'm home. Like, I have most of the stuff I listen to on streaming in hand. So.
So at this moment in your life, do you sometimes think about like what your life is going to be like within the next 5 years? Do you use that as something that pushes you forward? Like, where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
Hopefully in 5 years, my music career is what's paying my bills.
Okay.
That's like my success to me. That's kind of what success looks like. Is music is what's paying my bills, and I'm able to do for my family what like they've done for me. Like, my mom has done a lot. So to me, in 5 years, I would like to be able to give back a whole bunch more than what she's given me. Hopefully, in 5 years, I'm touring. I should have out an album or two by then.
Okay.
Yeah, just really in my music bag. In 5 years, I want to be doing everything I want to do and more, and I want to be able to do so. And when I say go on tour, I mean like tour bus and all of that, because everybody don't get that. Right. Sometimes you got to catch flights to each city, and that's not the bee's knees. So I hope that the music is what's paying the bills and it's keeping me happy, and hopefully by then I got a little deal or something, because I do want to be signed.
Smart man, very smart. I think there's power in being signed. Independent is
Absolutely.
nice, but there's power in being.
Yes, it's all about how you negotiate your stuff.
Yeah,
And I think that people fail to realize that. They think it's labels can be blood sucking. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Unless you go in there with knowing what you want and knowing how to get what you want. It's all about negotiating. And I think that these artists these days would probably not be as broke and they'd be more successful if they ran the fine print.
Absolutely. Had a lawyer by them sides, you know.
Absolutely. Not
Yeah,
signing on no private jets.
yes. But why is it needed? Can we talk about that? Why is it needed? Like, just open the plane with your security and call it a day.
Mm-mm. Well, but when I sign, people probably won't know. But there will be signs,
Right, right,
but it
right.
won't be an announcement. You just people will
But how
know.
are you gonna do when you have like you have the monkey behind you, like when you have all that power behind you, which they're going to push you and try to change things? How are you gonna be able to deal with all that?
Um, again, I know what I'm looking for in a label, and creativity and create. We just being able to have creative freedom is one of the big things for me. I'm not signing no dotted line.
Mm,
If you think that you're going to be able to control me in
mm.
in my image, that's just not it. I need you for getting my music out there and making sure that everybody see my face. But when it comes to the music stuff, yeah, y'all got it. But I also know what's best for me and the people who listen to my stuff.
Dream label.
Oh, I'm gonna be real. It used to be Parkwood.
Hmm.
And it was Parkwood for a while, but I noticed that a lot of artists who sign to other artists don't end up doing good. And that's not shade, that's just it's fact. If you look at every artist who is signed to an artist who has a label, they don't go anywhere, especially if the artist is active. That's
That's
suicide. That's
been
career
from the
suicide.
'90s on up.
Yes, that is career suicide.
Yes, it is.
So honestly, I really don't have a dream label. That was my dream label for the longest until I just really started looking at stuff and I started understanding the industry and understanding the politics. Again, I know what I'm looking for in a label.
Yeah.
Um, and I know
There aren't many left.
there really aren't many left, you know? But I know that the right label will come around and I'll know which one is the right one.
What's the craziest thing you ever done on tour?
Rip my pants on stage.
What?
I
What were you doing? All them crazy dance moves you were doing? Like
I
what happened?
I was in the middle of a breakdown,
Uh,
and what's so funny is I don't ever do this, but I usually rule of thumb if you're a performer, you wear black or nude undergarments for stuff
absolutely,
like this.
absolutely.
And for some reason, we actually just got back on break off from a break, so I had just run snow all this stuff. So I was feeling myself, and I was like, you know what? Today, I'm gonna wear some underwear that match my outfit. I had on red. So I had on these bandana red underwear. And I went
Beautiful.
down, came back up, and I'm dancing and I'm like, it feels a little breezy back there.
Did you dances? Did you have dances with you?
I did, and it was all by
So
myself.
you
This
so
was
you didn't
before.
have nobody to come like, yeah, your pants are ripped. Like,
No. So by the time I was halfway through the set and I was just kind of rocking back and forth, I was like, oh my God, my pants are split open and like these are bright red. Like, oh my gosh. So Taj had to run out. She gave me her jacket and tied it around my waist. And I when I'm on stage, I'm not thinking about nothing that's going on around me. So
mhm.
I just end up looking down and there's a jacket around my waist. So I'm like, thank God. I don't know how this got around me. But that was definitely the craziest thing.
Yo, those moments are hilarious. Did
Yeah.
that get on tape? Because I'm gonna look it up. I'm joking.
Actually, I made a TikTok about it.
Oh god, I'll have to go look at it. That sucks.
Yeah, that was definitely it was crazy. I was so embarrassed.
Now,
Oh gosh, I was so embarrassed.
do you have like fans, like people that be like, "Oh my god, it's Jayye Michael"? Do you have those people?
Um, on tour, there were a lot of people. Like I would go to my mom's meet and greets, and they would ask for pictures, and
Mm,
like I love your music and stuff like that. there was one little girl actually. She was in a crowd, and
Mhm.
my mom was performing, and she saw me on the side of the stage, and she was just, oh my God. And she ended up, I don't know how she got backstage, but she ended up getting backstage, and I took a
Figured it out.
picture with her. But yeah, there's people who recognize me, and they love my music and stuff like that. But it's not like on a super crazy level.
Mhm. So, who is like your support system? Who are the people that you hang with as much as you can? What is your support system consist of? Who are those people?
um, I'm kind of like an introvert, honestly, but like my support system, my family, of course, my mom, my grandmother, um, my best friend, her name is Z, and that's really it. I keep my circle close.
As you should.
There's not many people who I like will call a friend. Um, yeah, my circle is I've been there, done that.
You know what's so good is that you're learning now. I maybe have three or two and a half close friends, and then like a whole bunch of associates. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It keeps life very simple, and
absolutely.
you can share what you need to share, and it's going to stay right there. You can be of assistance to the individuals because you'll have too many people pulling at you. Um, so yeah, be smart about that. Keep that way.
Well, I've learned.
Family's good to keep close, as long as you love your family, and it's good that you have some love for your family
Oh yeah,
because
oh
not
yeah.
everybody loves their family. Also, when you're dating somebody, if they don't like their mom or they, or they don't have good relationship with their siblings, be very careful of that. Okay.
Oh, I, those that's I'm very strict. Okay, I run a strict
Okay.
program. A
Okay.
strict program. So there's certain things like if you don't get along with your mother, because I get along with my
You
mother.
gotta run. You hear me?
So I'm
Run.
like, y'all don't like each other? Wow.
Right.
Like,
Peace out. I have so many different rules of. Speaking of love, what's your definition of love?
someone who understands me and is able to level me out. I am all over the place sometimes.
Mm.
So it takes a special somebody to be able to reel me in and me not have an attitude afterwards.
You need a strong man.
Yes, you have to be very, very strong willed and strong minded to deal with me.
Mm.
Like I say, my ex, he he wasn't always too good at doing that. I'm stubborn when I'm in a relationship and I like things done my way or no way.
Hmm.
I get an attitude quick, and you have to be a strong-minded person to just deal with someone like me. And he wasn't that. So that's what I need. You need a yeah.
Okay, so he needs to be strong. You believe that love is someone who can handle you, which means somebody who can take different parts of you, right?
Yes.
Um, are you willing or open to love soon, or are you just, I'm just gonna wait till it comes, child. But right now, focus.
You know, I think that I'm cool on love right now. And I say that because I didn't realize how distracting it was
Oh, please.
until after, you know, it was said and done.
Hmm.
Um, when we broke up, I was down for like a month.
Yep.
And I'm like, towards the end of it, I'm like, okay, wait, it's March now. We broke up in February,
Hmm.
and I got stuff to do. And
Right. Ain't nobody got time for that.
yeah, I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. And I'm
Mhm.
like, is this what like I'm gonna have to keep going through after it's all said and done? I'm like, I don't have time for that. So I'm cool on love. And if it comes my way,
He open to it.
okay. But
Why all them faces for?
no. Like
It's like, yeah.
I'm not interested right now. I'm focusing on myself and building a brand for myself right now. And if I'm gonna keep it real, I'm not gonna be able to do that with a man
Okay. Okay. I can't ask you other questions because we're on this thing. I
around.
so because one thing I've been doing lately, well, not lately, throughout this entire season, is asking people their definition of love. And when everybody's done giving me their definition, I'm gonna put together a cool definition that has like everybody's question, answers
Okay.
go into one. So I thank you for sharing that. A lot of people are scared of that. question, because love is a very multi-dimensional type of thing, right? And it's also very personal. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Of course.
Um, are there any relationships you want to heal?
No.
So when you're done, you're done. It's over. Cuts.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not someone who's for all the foolishness in the game.
Mm,
I don't have time for all of that. Like I mentioned earlier, me and my father was down and out for about 3 years, and we did enough arguing to last me a lifetime.
got it. Are y'all good now?
Oh yeah, we good now. I actually just celebrated his birthday with him last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. But I don't have time for that. I just the older I get, the more I'm just like, oh, you weird? Cool. You stay over there. And I'm gonna stay over here. So we're gonna call it a spade for a spade. I can be cordial, but I don't there's no relationships that I'm thinking about repairing.
But do you forgive people when they mess up? Do people have the agency to mess up around you? Do they have the
You
agency?
can I mean, you can mess up. As absolutely you can mess up. I don't think that you can grow as a person if you don't forgive.
Okay.
I can forgive. I might even forget depending on who the person is. But that doesn't mean that I want to have a relationship with you again. That just means that I've done my deed as a person and forgave you. So there's no burdens on my back. I've done the work as a person to be good.
So I don't know, but I'm going to ask anyway. I know that you spent a lot of time with your grandma. Were you raised in church? Were you around the church people?
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
you was raised in church? Did you sing in
Yeah.
the choir? How did that? Tell me about your upbringing.
Yeah, I've been going to church for as long as I can remember. I wasn't in it as heavy as like my mom, like the Sunday school and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But I went to church like pretty often. Um, they tried to put me in the choir, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to sing at the time. I actually I danced in like a church play.
Okay.
Um, and then like that me singing in the choir the first time around when I was younger. I was maybe like 5 or 6 years old.
Hmm.
Then I was when I was like a teen, I played the piano for the children's uh, choir or praise team or whatever.
Hmm.
And actually, I stopped playing and singing with them because I remember when I said earlier that I didn't like to play second fiddle. I would say, I want to lead. I want to lead a song, and
Hmm.
they wouldn't let me lead a song. So I said, then I'm not gonna sing with y'all no more. Like simple. Like I'm saying, don't nobody else in this praise team wants to sing a song. Nobody wants to lead a song. They can't even sing like I can. There's
Yeah.
probably two other people who can, and they don't even want to sing. So I'm saying that I want to sing, and you're gonna sit here and sit in my face and tell me no. Okay, cool. You're one less person down. Now y'all can one less tenor. Cool.
Would you do reality TV again?
Mm, yeah, depends on what it would be about,
Have
but
you
yeah,
been approached for reality TV again?
maybe.
You know I'm getting to. Will we see a reality TV soon?
I don't know. It's a possibility.
Okay, okay. Because there's some things out the pipeline happening, and I didn't know if you was asked to be a part of things. You know,
I don't know.
you don't
Hey.
know. Hmm. Are you on the East Coast?
Hmm.
Still on the East Coast. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I want to say thank you for
Thank
today.
you.
It was really enjoyable. Are there things that we should know that's coming up that people can one either get onto, purchase, follow, look forward to, so that people are able to like come from here and go straight to that link?
Um, well, you can go to my Instagram, Jayye Michael, JayyeMichael. Click the link in my bio. That'll take you to my latest single and my latest visual. be on the lookout. I do have a EP. This is like the first time I'm officially saying that. I have an EP coming out later this year. Date is coming soon, titled The Heartbreak Files. And yeah, I have a show coming up in a few weeks, June 22nd in Virginia,
Okay.
down at the oceanfront. So if anybody is in Virginia, come
What's the
see
date again of that? The date
June 22nd.
June 22nd.
It was lit last year. I brought in the crowd and they left after me, so that should tell you.
Oh
So that should tell you all you need to know.
my God. Okay. Well, that's driving distance on my end. So that's good. It's good to know. Um, Thank you so much. And I hope that y'all enjoyed the conversation with Jayye Michael, as he is someone to be looking forward to, looking at as he moves these streets of the industry. Super talented. Definitely paid him his own way. I'm grateful for you, friend.
Thank you.
Until next time, next show, next Wednesday. I'll see y'all asses later. All right. And we'll go ahead and put that in. Love y'all. Thank you.